Hello, welcome back to the podcast with no name. I am Ebony, and as you can see, today I'm rolling solo dolo. So I am going to try. Let me show you the look I am going to attempt today. Let's see if you can see it. Hold on, let's see. See if it's. Oh, wait. Okay. Wait. Okay. Kinda, you can see it. But anyway, it's like a pixelated face, and I'm going to see if I can do that while I talk to you. Talk to you about, well, being alone or being solo. So I'm going to talk my way through the Nailed It challenge. I wonder if there is a way. Probably share with me if there is a way to keep your phone from going off without going to change your whole settings. Like if you want to look at a picture, how can you just keep your light on without keep tapping it, trying to get it on? Okay, well, since I'm alone, I figured this is a good topic to talk about today, which is, having plans to do something with someone else and it fall through, and you're forced to either not do it or do it alone. Darn, I dropped the cat. Or do it alone. Now, most times we we choose to not do it because we don't want to be caught doing things alone, right? So we choose to not do it. We choose to either find somebody to do it with us or reschedule to do it with someone else because it seems embarrassing to do it alone, right? Why is that? Why do you think that is? I wanted to know myself, and so of course I did some research. And what I figured out is it is because human beings are social animals, and we really enjoy being with the crowd and doing things with the crowd, with people we love, with strangers. We are social mammals. We thrive around other people. And so that's why we people please and neglect ourselves and do all types of things to fit in. We conform and just to kind of fit in with everybody else because it's very important to our survival and our thrival, for us to thrive while here. And so many people uh, care more about what other people say about them and social acceptance more than anything else. They forget who they are. They don't do the things they want to do because they're waiting on someone else. And life just passes you by, and sometimes you could become resentful because you let life pass you by and you didn't get to do the things you wanted to do because you was waiting on someone else. So I say, my response to this again is you were born alone. And although being alone is one of human beings' greatest fears, you were born alone. And you have to reconcile and get used to that idea and find ways to be alone. If you have a fear of being alone and you're a serial dater or someone who constantly have to be around people because you just do not like to be alone, and it doesn't mean like just alone time like by yourself, It doesn't mean like, oh, you can't live with someone or anything like that. I just mean like, if you constantly have to be with someone, if you can't be in a room alone by yourself, in the quiet with your thoughts, no device, no screen, just alone with your thoughts, that's not, helpful. So the best bet is for you to start practicing being alone, self love, self care, through being alone, taking yourself out, and not just regular self love, radical self love. Take yourself out on dates. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated, or you want someone else to treat you. Um, Spoil yourself with something that you've been working hard towards. And yeah, it's pretty simple. I know it sounds hard if you're not used to being alone. I am an introverted extrovert, so I like to be alone a lot. I discovered that early on, and I think it is helpful to discover who you are, to sit alone in the quiet, think about who you are, what you want to contribute to the world, what you want to see, what you want to do, who you want to be. Reflect on the things that make you who you are, and the characteristics you would like to develop. hmm And yeah, now on the other eye looked like she did the same thing, kind of. Okay, okay, we're gonna see. I had to pixelate this one, if that's a word. So yeah, I can't remember, many times when I, wouldn't do something because of other people. I was always a independent, kid or person, whatever you want to say, a child. I took my independence early. I started asking. Well, I never stopped asking questions, but I took my independence early. Um, so I will go and play by myself for hours. I was telling, I was talking to somebody, and I was talking about like when I was young. We lived in a neighborhood, a little neighborhood. It was called Amberwood back then. It's not called that now. But in Baltimore, it's over East Baltimore on Moravia. And it was called Amberwood. And it was a blend of everybody. But what I remember most is at the top, it was a woods that separated the two schools, which was an elementary school and an intermediate school. The elementary school went up to third grade, and the intermediate school went up to sixth grade. And at the bottom of the neighborhood was a creek, so like a little creek area with like water and that type of stuff. So I would just, go out there in the woods in the creek for hours. I was an outside kid. I would spend a lot of time outside, enjoying myself. And nobody was doing that with me, really. Once we got to a certain age, I did have a best friend or whatever, but she really wasn't an outside kid. Once we got to a certain age and started to develop, around like 12, 11, 12, 13, The older boys that were like 17, 18, 19, they started coming around and sniffing around, you know, trying to like gas the young girls' heads up and gas their heads up and try to get them to come into the apartment with them. And, when you're young, you come from broken households, you tend to go along with what is going on in the moment, even though, and they were a little fast anyway. I could be honest, they were a little fast. And oh, 1 second, ooh, there we go. And they would like flirt and try to get the girls to come up, and of course they were fast and they would go, and I would be like, no. And like the very first time, of course, I went in just to kind of see what was going on, and they turned off all the lights, and they was like trying to do things that I was just not ready for. So I was being a party pooper. They kicked me out, and I waited in the hallway for a little bit, and then when they didn't come out for a minute, I would just go back to the creek, go to the woods, and have me a good old time till my mom called me home. I did not mind sitting out there. When I did see them again, they came out earlier, or I did see them again. It was nothing. I would, really wouldn't say anything. It doesn't really matter. That was their lifestyle. It wasn't mine. But mostly, I would just play by myself. I would catch them another day. So I really never really had a problem with just like going my own way. I told that story just to say that. So I'll always go my own way and do things by myself. So, just in case you didn't know, I started this because I started the Nailed It Challenge. So, this is the Nailed It Challenge. This is the podcast with no name doing the Nailed It Challenge, solo dolo, me today. And I started this because stress management, I teach stress management. And stress management is a big part of how you enjoy the quality of your life, because you manage your stress, because there's so many stressors throughout the day that you have to like learn to manage your stress, which most of us do not, you know, have the ability to do. We think we managing stress, but most of the things we do are maladaptive, which means that they don't help manage stress in the long term. In the short term, they may make you feel better, but overall, they still produce cortisol. They don't reduce it, depending on what you're doing. And so, and that's a lot of things like watching TV, drinking, drugs, shopping, social media, numbing, overeating, disengagement, a lot of things. So, um, yeah. So, one of the things that you can do to manage stress is to play. And of course, we know that there's so many forms of play, and I try to utilize them all. But one of the plays that I like to do is do the things that I used to do when I was little, that I enjoyed, that made me happy. So one of the things that I used to do was playing makeup. So I started playing back in makeup again. And so it just got born, doing regular makeup. And I'm not really good at it anyway, but it was just born. I wanted to, throw a little um, spin, little edge to it. So uh, I decided to look for some fun pictures to try to nail it, like the TV show on Netflix where they try to attempt to bake something and it never comes out the way that they attempt, but they set them up for failure in the beginning anyway. But it never comes out the way that they want it to come out. So, yeah, I wanted to do stuff like that, stuff that I know I wouldn't be good at, rather than trying to like nail the everyday looks. Because I don't even wear makeup. I'm more of a natural person. Um, so I just wear my own self outside. I ain't about to do this every day. So yeah. So I started doing weird, or not really weird, just different looks. I started with the Joker, and I was like, I'll base this on, play and how I'm feeling in the moment. And in the moment, I was just so fed up with so many things in my life, and I can understand the Joker, not in wanting to hurt people, that's too far. But I understand your frustrations in society. And yeah, so I did the Joker, and I started, taking pictures and sending it out to my friends, making jokes and memes and all those things. And I said to one of them, Paris, I was like, you want to join? And she was like, yeah, that's cool. I was going to ask you anyway. And I was like, yeah, well, come on, let's do it. So Paris joined me, and we've been doing that. And then Nikki, my sister, wanted to come. And then our like honorary friend, cousin, no, I should say friend, but honorary family, Jaleesa, wanted to come. And so uh, the challenge was created. Mm-hmm. And so we've been going strong. But last week, we did not do it. And again, this is for stress management. I live this life, and we did not do it. And then this week, they made other plans. So as you can see, I'm here by myself. And hence the topic solo dolo. Because I am the person who started it. Just because they don't want to come, don't mean I don't do it. I learned my lesson from last week. Because they don't have the same reasons as me. So I learned my lesson from last week. And I'm here today doing the nail day challenge. Solo dolo. Dang. It was looking so good on that side. Can't get both eyes right? So yeah. I will go. Well, I used to. It's a crazier world now. But I've gone on trips alone, to movies alone, to dinner alone. I've gone out the country alone. So, yeah, it's only right that I do the nail day challenge back by myself since, you know, since they're not here. Hmm. That's as good as it's gonna get. As good as it's gonna get. Okay. All right. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. All right. So let's put some line down at the bottom. So yeah. I think it's very helpful to your self-esteem, self-confidence when you try things alone. If you can't find anyone, do it by yourself. What do you think about that? If you can't find anyone, do it by yourself. If you gotta go, can't find anybody to do it with you, you'll be waiting forever. Do it by yourself. Go on, do it by yourself. Yeah. You wanna go somewhere, you wanna eat somewhere, you wanna get away from somewhere, and you don't got nobody that share the same sentiments, do it by yourself. Okay, so I should have used the daggone the color pencil. I mean, not the color pencil. Y'all know what I'm saying. The well, I got the what's it called? What's it called? What you call pencils? Face paint pencils. Yeah, that's what I should have did. I tried. Can't never get it right. Can't never get it right. It's okay. I'll be having fun with it. Alright, now what lip color am I going to do? She got on the bed. My eyes don't look pixelated. I guess I'm going to have to do it with this little cream. She got a bright red on. I'll do that. Mm-mm. I don't know. Now, how am I going to do? Okay, let's see. Let's hold off on that part. And let's just do the shading. That may do better. Okay, let's go to this palette. And let's try to do some of the things she did. Okay, so the darkest color. Come here. 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 I do not look like a Sims. Oh, I tried. Oh my gosh. Kinda, right? Kinda look like it, right? What's up, man?
This was the beans.
Hmm?
This was the beans. Where your 16 beans?
On the stove.
Huh?
On the stove. On the stove.
Oh,
Oh wait, shoes. Oh gosh, I don't know. Here comes on. I need to put that middle color in again. Wasn't paying attention. Okay. All right. Oh well, this is just what it is. This is just what it is. Okay, so it's the makeup part that I'm gonna need. Okay, to get right. I wish I had a lipstick brush. Let me use this. This is a good idea. Let's see. This is just. This did not do what it's supposed to do. Y'all like my Sims attempt. I don't think it was successful. What was fun? Okay, so now I'm just going to do some, what's it called? I'll leave that off. Do some mascara and call it a day. I think this is as good as it's going to get. I had fun trying to do it. But yeah, this is as good as it's going to get. And I can barely talk. What is my mascara? Okay, here we go. Let's finish this. Let's finish this. Okay. Okay, ready. All right, I had Hans clan trying to do this. It's social clay because of y'all. It's creative clay. It's body and movement and touch clay. Imagination clay. Arts and craft. The art's harder than not really the craft. It was fun. I had a good time. Making feel like a kid every time I try to do these challenges. So it was fun. It made it worse. Oh well. So they're making that a guess not. I think it looked cool. Not like hers, but I think it looked cool. Sin's gone wrong. But it was fun to play. To have a good time, to enjoy myself. And I took down my hair because she got her hair down. So I took down my hair Let's see the final look. I see it's weird. Okay. Did I nail it? Share in the comments if I nailed it. I doubt I did, but it was fun. I had a good time. I hope you all did. Thank you for joining the Nailed It Challenge. I am Ebony. This is the podcast with no name. I'll see you next week. Peace.